friend Pete and his brother Repeat.
That's an old.
My brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl.
Yeah. So happy Saturday, everybody.
Happy Saturday. Rainy. Saturday.
It is rainy, and wait, shh. You can't hear it. It was raining really hard earlier, and you could hear the rain hitting like the roof. It sounded really creepy and cool. Speaking of creepy, we have a new guest here.
He's not creepy.
No, he's very handsome, right? Look at this guy.
Ruggedly handsome.
Yeah. Ooh,
it's our
do
friend
that again.
Sean.
Ruggedly handsome.
He definitely
Kris,
missed
could you
his
leave?
calling. Oh, okay. You like his radio voice.
So we have a guest here. Welcome to the Yaptown Podcast. This is Sean.
Welcome, everybody.
Say hello.
Thanks for having me.
And Chris, hello.
What?
You
Good
didn't say
morning.
anything. Good morning.
Are we recording?
Good morning.
Yeah, we are We're recording.
Good morning, Chris.
Good
Glad
morning.
you could
Good
make
morning,
it.
Sean.
So everybody,
No.
let's raise our cappuccinos. And yeah, we'll tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, COVID.
Let's get this going.
COVID.
Now everybody has COVID.
Let's
Toasting
talk about,
COVID.
let's talk ghosts.
Yeah, Sean.
So
Tell us a little about yourself.
yeah, Sean, tell us a little, like as Chris just directed you. Tell us. Go.
Good thing you're here, Tony.
I just want to listen. I want to first. Let me just start off by saying I've never seen a ghost. And
Neither have I.
You've never seen, but you've had some stuff happen to you.
Wait, we have
Yes.
to don't just dive in.
No, I know. I just want to say I'm here, and Sean's here, and Chris is here because we all want to believe. We definitely want to. I've never experienced anything weird, ghostly.
Yeah, this podcast can be a little haunted.
And we're in a creepy place. We're in an old mill building right now, and
That's why we thought to call our friend Sean,
Right.
because
yes, because it's raining outside and creepy, and we gotta
He has
have
nothing else to
we
do
gotta,
on
what
Saturday
else would we
morning.
talk about today?
what else would we
Yeah.
talk
So,
about?
Sean, basically, my first question to you is like, what
How-
was your first experience, or how did you first get into what you do, which is it ghost hunting?
What do you call it?
Well, it's when the shows came out, for, Ghost Hunters and all that, you were very interested. I was very interested. I said, "Oh, this is fantastic," because all my life, even when I was a kid, I lost my older brother to a miscarriage,
Oh.
and so I would, as a little boy, because my parents were very open with my brother being gone, and so I would put a little Super Bowl, one of those
Toilet bowl?
Is a
The Super
really
Balls.
Super Bowl?
the bouncy balls on the nightstand, and I'd say, if you're here, just move that ball, or So even as a little kid, I was trying to communicate
did
with
they?
my younger. No,
Oh,
no. So I
okay,
was bummed
well,
out.
That's okay. And you knew there was something there, though, that you had to
Yeah,
keep
so
trying.
that was when I was really young, and then fast forward when I was about 5 or 6, I saw my sister take a real bad tumble, and off of her bicycle, and there was so much blood. She was just near death. Cracked her skull, broke her arm, her shoulder bone was hanging out. It was just a nightmare. Broke her jaw, lost her teeth, and
Jesus.
So when she so
we didn't wear helmets back then.
yeah, no, we were rugged. We were rugged kids. So
And the
So there
parents
you
just
go.
put a Band-Aid on it.
That's right. They
yes,
said, walk
yeah,
it off.
Yeah, they rubbed dirt in it and
Yeah, and said,
some
get back
gasoline
outside.
swab, and
Wow.
no. So when she was in the hospital, she had a near-death experience, and when she came home, she talked about it, where she was seeing the doctors work on her, but she was totally unconscious. They were trying to revive her.
It's
and,
like my nightmare.
Wow.
and she said she was in the corner of the room on the ceiling looking down at all the doctors working on her. So that sparked an interest, and you fast forward a little bit more into the late 70s, you got In Search Of, and with Leonard Nimoy. Oh,
Did you watch that? No, you
God,
were too
I
little.
was just born. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
You were just born?
He's a
I'm
baby.
75.
You're
Well.
75?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Uh,
8 years old.
No, I was born the year Jaws came out.
Boy, he looks great for
He
75
does.
years old.
Yes.
Yes,
I
he was born.
I was
that's a good
75
year.
pounds when I was born, though. Yes. Now I have 2 moms.
Okay. So go ahead. In the
so,
late 70s.
so then, just jumping ahead to when I started driving a truck like 23 years ago, you and I mentioned that we used to listen to Art Bell.
Yes.
And if anybody knows who Art Bell is, then you get it. If you don't, well, just think of driving all night long through the darkness,
Yeah.
and this voice comes on the radio at 1 o'clock in the
Doesn't
morning.
he keep you up? Like he keeps you from falling asleep at the wheel? Like he
100%.
creeps the hell out of you.
No way.
Like the
100%.
discussions.
Ooh. Scary.
And he was on AM radio, 680 WRKO, and he really kept me up at night and talking about ghosts and EVPs and conspiracy theories and UFOs, Bigfoot,
Right.
and all these crypto.
So you had a
zoology.
general interest in the subject, and you would search out like radio shows, movies.
Yes.
Like were you into like
Yes.
creepy movies and ghost like movies?
Yeah, I wasn't too much into horror movies because I enjoyed them, but
Yeah.
it wasn't my first go-to. But what really made me get into this is Art Bell had a guest on, and it was an EVP specialist. It was actually a couple, a woman and a guy, and they said, anybody can do this. Just grab a recorder and go out to a location. And I said, wait a minute.
We could do that.
I know.
You could.
Did you have to hit play and record at the same time on your
Yes.
On
your handy
handheld.
dandy recorder?
There
Those
was-
are the old days.
Yes, it was like Flintstones, where there was an actual bird inside the device chipping away at the slate. No, so after listening to the show, I says, I got a recorder, and I'm gonna go give this a shot. And sure as shit,
It worked.
I got voices.
Was it like the first time you tried it? It
Yes,
worked.
first time.
Where?
It was just at one of my stops out in the.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
It wasn't at like the Halloween mask store, like in the back aisle,
the
by the
back aisle.
Jason masks.
The cashier's going, oh, that guy's talking to himself. Should
Yeah.
we call the authorities?
But were you like you're all by yourself? Like there was nobody
I was all by
around?
myself, yeah. And one of the places was in, it was right next to Salem, in Salem, Mass.
Oh, of course,
And,
yeah, that
and it
creepy-
was in a
creepy
mill
no-
building, and I had to use the freight elevator to deliver freight. And
That's
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
creepy.
The first EVP I caught it was whispery. You couldn't figure out what it was saying, but it was definitely
Like a human voice.
a human voice, like a young female.
like close to you, like where it was whispering in your ear, or just like
Yes.
Well,
yes.
you couldn't hear it though, like with your
I
ears.
didn't. I did not hear it with my ears.
So I don't understand why you can like record something and not hear it with your ears, and it comes up in the recorder.
Yeah, that's always
that's
fascinating
weird.
because you don't hear it with your own ears. You just hear it upon playback, and that's
Yeah.
why you hear these.
Do dogs hear it?
Well, dogs, animals are all sensitive to that stuff. Look at the tsunamis that
question,
happen.
Kris.
That's a good question.
During the tsunamis, all the animals fled to the mountains, and they couldn't figure out why. And then,
Yeah.
whammo, they get hit with a
knew.
tsunami. They knew.
Like they do the same thing when I come walking down the street. They flee to
They,
the
Comes the
mountains.
tsunami.
they feel it.
They feel the tremors coming, and they see they look in the puddle, and the puddle like goes. Boom,
Okay, you
boom.
watched
Jurassic Park.
Well, so it
so
was a
they-
female voice, the first one you ever got.
Yes, it
What
was.
did it say?
Well, that's the thing. I couldn't figure out what it said, but I knew that where I recorded it,
Yeah.
I was by myself, and it was totally quiet. There was no outside interference.
Wow.
And you hear this voice come over.
What kind of recorder is that?
And I have it right over there. It's just an Olympus. Actually, at the time, it was the little mini tapes.
Yeah.
Remember
And that
those?
was a Sony mini tape. And
Like the
magnetic
answering,
tape.
like the
Did you
answering
ever?
machine tapes?
Yeah, like a
The little-
dictation machine.
Yeah, dictation machine. It was a dictation machine.
How's your dictation machine? Sorry. Sorry, I had to say that. Would that work also? I need one of those handheld dictation machines because, like, especially my youngest, when he speaks to me, I have no idea what he's saying. So if I record it,
And play it back. He'll like.
play it back in reverse.
Oh, he's telling you to
It'll
go fuck
make
yourself.
sense.
Yeah, it'll make
Yeah.
sense. You're backmasking now?
Yes. Were you scared when you first heard that recording?
No, I was excited. I couldn't wait to find other locations to do that.
Did people believe you when you told them that you heard something, or whoever you told? I don't know. Or were they like?
No, I had to show them. I had to
Oh,
show them.
Okay.
And it was crazy. And then more and more recordings. I was just so fascinated, that it actually worked. Something that I heard on the radio, that this could happen to you. And
Yeah.
so then I get it.
Did you name her?
No.
I would have named
No,
her.
you don't want to get too attached to them.
Yes.
I like Twinkie.
Okay.
Twinkie.
Anything like donut, something.
So how many times have you done it since then? Like countless times?
Oh my
or
God!
like-
Wait. What year was this, by the way? Your first.
He was driving
Oh
a
my
truck,
God.
so-
2002. Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah.
How old was I in 2002?
I don't know. You're 75 now, so that makes you.
Have you seen any ghosts?
No.
So you've only recorded them.
I felt them. I've had rocks thrown at me.
Wait a minute. You felt them?
Yes.
You've had rocks thrown at you?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
You felt rocks being thrown at you?
Well, we were invited to do a group investigation with some of the people that you might have heard, Keith and Carl Johnson. They actually were the demonologists that they've done the Conjuring House.
Oh,
And
So they worked with
and
the-
they were on the first few
the
episodes.
husband
of-
and wife.
No, that's they're two brothers. They're twin brothers, Carl and Keith Johnson.
Right, but who was the
Oh, that was
Elaine or?
Yes.
I can't remember their names, but they're like the people in that movie.
yeah. So,
you didn't see
you didn't see the movie.
The Conjuring? No, that's scary.
Lorraine and Ed Warren.
Lorraine and Ed Warren. That's right.
Yes. Yes. So he worked with them. Well, they both worked with them, and also Shannon Sylvia was there. She was from Ghost Hunters. The
Yeah.
Johnson brothers were from Ghost Hunters also, and so we did the Bridgewater Triangle. Have you ever heard of
No.
that?
Where is that?
Mass?
Yes, that's in
Bridgewater.
Mass.
Bridgewater,
Yeah.
Mass. Thank you. Of
It's
course.
it's a
Like the Bermuda Triangle?
yes, actually. There's a big section of Massachusetts that has been haunted for many, many years. And so we got invited to go do an investigation out in the woods at Freetown State Forest. And so when we get there, it was like a dead-end cul-de-sac where we parked our vehicles. And I feel this rock come. Well, I don't feel it. I hear it. You know when the rock gets thrown, comes down the road, like tick, 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 tick.
Oh.
And you can tell what direction it came from.
Yeah.
So I had, I brought obviously I'm a flashlight fiend, so I had my super powerful flashlight, aimed it down the road, and there wasn't anybody down there where it came from. And I saw the rock that got thrown.
Dude, right about there, I would have been like shooting my gun off blindly into the woods in every direction.
I would have been pissing my pants.
Oh my God, that's creepy.
And,
I couldn't do that.
Then during that same investigation, Carl Johnson and I were out in this area where it's, believe it or not, it's called like the pet cemetery because there was a bunch of animals sacrificed and buried there and just thrown there. And we were getting some hits. And I have a gear bag, almost like a purse, a man purse.
Yes.
And that was draped on my side. And I feel the pressure on my hip, like somebody's trying to reach into the bag. And I looked to my side and nobody was there. So I felt that.
That's creepy. It
to
wasn't like a
to say that
squirrel?
I've seen something, I haven't really seen something. But most of the times, with all the equipment that we got, if I were to ask to do an investigation and only bring one piece of equipment, that would be a digital recorder because you get most of the evidence on that.
Yeah, it sounds like you would get more evidence more often than trying to cite, use your eyes to like see something.
Yeah, because like your eyes will play tricks on you and stuff, right? But I guess
No.
maybe your
Well,
ears
they
It's
do.
easier to
too.
explain too what your eyes see than what you hear.
Yeah, and there's a trouble with that with matrixing. They call it matrixing. Just like when you were a kid, you lay down in the field and look up at the sky and look at that cloud. It looks like a dog or
Yeah.
oh, I see a penguin.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So when you, yeah, mine does play tricks on you with your eyes. You know, is that a shadow? Is it a flickering light? You can't really tell. But with the audio, when you know that you're quiet, when you know that there's only two males investigating and you get a female voice, you know, it's...
Right. The chances of the other guy, you know, either
Making a
fooling
girl
you or-
voice?
yeah, making a girl voice is slim.
That's freaky.
Like, let me try it right now. Ready? You two talk.
All right.
Hi,
Go ahead.
Kris. How are you?
I'm fine, Sean.
Boy,
How are you?
boy, it's a rainy Saturday
To
morning.
order a cappuccino.
Did you hear something?
I'm getting the sense of coffee.
Could I get a hard
sense of
and
a-
sugar?
Do you know how?
I'm a really ugly girl.
Take your shirt off.
Take your shirt off.
Could you show me your biceps?
Do you know how to make
Do you have
cappuccino?
girls that
Dirty.
say that?
I'm a dirty barista.
Dirty barista.
A bra arista.
It's hard to see how hard it is to pull that off, especially in
That
the
was-
morning
that
when,
was-
when I'm down there here and I'm trying to. Yeah. Well, so
Yeah, I sent you some examples of EVPs that we caught, and
yeah, I got that. You know what? Let's take a sip of our coffees, and we'll be back in 2 seconds. Ready? Everybody, sip.
cheers.
2. Are we still recording?
Man, Tony, that coffee is just unbelievable.
Can
Are
you
we
s-
recording?
We
Are
are.
we recording?
Could you say that again, but in a deeper voice?
Yeah, Tony, that coffee.
That's
That
like your
coffee was
900
really,
number voice.
really delicious.
All right, get out of my belly.
Get out of
Hey.
my belly.
So you
You like your belly button kissed? How about from the inside?
let's segue from that into you sent me some recordings here of actual EVPs, ghosts on recording here,
Yes.
and let's start going through them. All right,
Yes.
let's talk about this. This is pretty fascinating to me. So
So I think he's going to play it. Are you
yeah,
gonna play
what I'm
it?
going to do is I'm going to play it in the mic, and then hopefully everybody can hear it, and then we'll just discuss what the hell just happened.
Yeah. And I don't know which one you're going to play, so when you pull it up, I'll give you a little backstory.
All right, so let's do it. Ready? 3. First recording. Put down your coffee.
Listen up.
Turn up your ears.
Folks.
Here we go. This is gonna.
If there's
creep
children in the
creep
room, tell them
shit
to
out of
go.
you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's a residential neighborhood.
All right, hold on. I want to play that again.
It's a residential neighborhood.
Obviously,
That wasn't the TV?
no. That was clear to me. It sounded like it's a residential neighborhood. I didn't understand the last part, but what
Oh, okay.
what was that, Sean?
Well, I was asked to investigate a house on Crown Hill.
Crown
Yeah,
Hill?
Crown Hill.
Nashua?
Yeah, in Nashua.
French Hill or Crown Hill?
Crown Hill.
Crown Hill.
And that's over by Ald Street,
Yeah,
Arlington.
Lionsfield. Right?
And so with a little research, that actual house was a funeral home in the past. And so what I like to do sometimes is to set up as we're setting up, I roll with the digital recorder. Because I do find that instead of doing an interactive EVP session, if I do a passive EVP session where we're setting up and we're talking, and sometimes I capture some EVPs on that. And what we were doing, we were in the kitchen and we were talking about the fires that had happened on Crown Hill back in the 30s, and it pretty much wiped out that whole neighborhood. And the first voice that you hear, it sounds like a woman that has quite an accent, and she says, "It's a residential neighborhood." And then you can hear my voice say, "Well, all right," but I didn't hear her voice at the same time. I was just saying, "All right," because we're setting up gear. And then right after me, you hear a younger woman's voice say, "What's going on?"
Oh wait.
So if you play that again,
Let me play
you
it.
hear residential neighborhood. It's a residential neighborhood.
Then you
I
hear
heard
your
that.
voice.
Then you'll hear my voice, and then you'll hear a younger woman's voice whisper, "What's going on?"
All right, here we
So
go.
let's
I
hear
didn't
that.
I didn't understand the last part. Ready? Here we go.
It's a residential neighborhood.
I
did.
heard
It was
it.
like a whisper.
Yeah, what's going on?
Mom.
Mama.
Mama.
Mama. And we got invited to this place because I had asked the gentleman, what's going on with your place? Why do you want me to come over? And he said that his young daughter was speaking in her bedroom. And, the mom went in and said, who are you talking to? And she said, my friends from the mirror are here again.
Oh, come on. That's why kids are put up for adoption right there. If my kid ever said that to me, and by the way, wonder if it's Marvin
They're
Gaye.
here.
Could it be Marvin Gaye?
It could be.
What's going on? And then if you just kept recording, I could have heard a sexual healing in there.
Oh,
Like after the what's going on.
oh
Like,
she was 5, Tony.
sexual healing.
She was 5.
Yeah.
Man, that's just creepy. Okay, let's move on to the second one that you sent me here.
Okay, let's play that.
You don't
one.
know what it is?
I don't know which
I don't know
one
what
you're
it
going to
is.
play.
We're all going to be surprised. Oh, no, actually, there's a title, so I know what it
I'd really like to.
Oops, sorry. All right, here we go. Recording number 2. Kris, tell me if you can decipher this. Ready? Here we go.
I'd really like to know a little bit more about you.
He said, I'd really like to know more about you.
But that sounded like Sean.
Yeah, that was me.
The second,
All
the
right, play it
second
again,
voice. Okay.
Sam.
All right. You want to clear the frog or the clear that dump truck out of your throat?
Okay, go ahead.
She's like, hold on, let me do my impression. Hey, Kris, what did you hear? Ribbit. All right, here we go. All right,
Go.
Kris.
Yes.
Remember, the first voice obviously was Sean. The second one is the one you got to figure out.
Okay.
Tell me what he says, or she.
I'd really like to know a little bit more about you.
Sound
What
like
do you
he
think
said,
it says?
really?
Yeah. I think that was Sean's first sexual experience.
Yes.
Transvestite.
One more.
He went up
one-
to somebody on the side of the street and
Okay,
recorded
wait.
it. No, I have no idea what they said. We gotta play it again.
All right.
All right.
All right,
One more
everybody-
time, and then I'll explain
Everybody
it to you.
quiet. Here we go.
I'd really like to know a little bit more about you.
Really rude.
First of all, it was a male.
It was
male
definitely
voice.
a male voice. But
So he was
gee.
pissed. Like I'm not gonna tell you more about me, but maybe he said something shorter, like
Fuck you.
"Leave me alone."
No, this is my girlfriend Donna's favorite EVP. We were in the bedroom where the little girl was talking to.
Same house?
Same house.
Right.
And the little girl was talking with friends from the mirror. So I went into her bedroom, and there's all sorts of kids' toys around. And I had asked that question. I want to know a little bit more about you and what you hear.
Is Teddy Ruxpin? No.
Chucky.
Chucky.
Chucky. What do you think he was saying?
Hold on, let me play it again. I have no idea. Ready, Kris?
Yeah.
Last time we're gonna do.
It's like
we're
a
gonna
hearing
get this.
test. I feel-
I know. If
Hold
we
on.
don't get it this time, I feel
I
like
know.
we're gonna get in
Well,
Are
trouble.
we close?
I'm going to tell you what it says after you play this one time.
All right.
And then you play it again,
All
and
right.
it will come to you.
Okay.
Oh, okay, ready?
I'd really like to know a little bit more about you.
Grumpy and old.
Ooh,
Okay.
th-
Play it again so I can hear
Grumpy
that.
and old.
that's something an
Listen.
asshole would say. Here we go.
I'd really like to know a little bit more about you.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. It sounded like
that's
a
exactly what he probably
old
said.
man, like a smoker.
He's grumpy and old.
Yeah.
And he's
Just
telling
like-
me what
Grumpy.
he is.
But he's got a little bit of a sense of humor because that's kind of funny. You know, a quick response like that. That's something that somebody that's a little bit.
So I can't hear myself anymore.
No, the delay is back.
Oh.
Yeah. Just take your headphones off.
Okay.
This happens every time we record. It's like a ghost takes over my headset, and we get a delay back. So we now pull our
But-
headphones off.
Yeah.
And now let's discuss.
But so the person that she was talking to in the bedroom was a man. It's kind of freaky.
we don't
Like,
know. We don't know.
Well, I mean, it sounded like a man. I mean,
Well,
a
that was a
grumpy old
man,
man.
right there, but who knows how many other spirits are existing there? Who came through her mirror?
Did those
that she
people
was
move
playing
out?
with? Yes, they have.
I was I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd be gone
Yeah.
the next day.
So grumpy and old is what I came to figure
So
out.
my impression of that, I mean, just thinking about what I heard and what he said, this guy could be like dangerous, too. Like,
Well, people ask, do you believe in demons? And I do, but I don't put any energy into them because
That's
they
what they
feed.
want.
Yeah, that's exactly what they want. They want you to feed into energy and acknowledge them, and I just don't put any thought into them. Screw
but
that.
I think I would. Like, I would, if they want me to acknowledge them and feed them, I would. See, me, I'm the guy that runs, like, for instance, if there's a Bigfoot, I'd be the guy running in after him. Or if there's a UFO, I'd be running up to it. So if there's a ghost,
Would you be asking for a piggyback or something? Give me a piggyback.
Well,
Can I touch your foot?
if it's a Sasquatch, I'm telling you. I mean,
Can I clip your toenails and give you
only
a petty?
this. The new thing is, I only like sassy Squatch. Yeah, if he's a sassy Squatch, then I'll run up to it and.
And if he's a sissy Squatch, he'd be running from
oh,
you
yeah.
Oh,
He'd be trotting.
that's a pussy
Try.
Squatch.
with his hands out like this.
Like a pterodactyl. But no, I think if there was a presence in my place, I would do whatever I can to like communicate with it and keep it going, and not ignore it. Like, unless obviously if it was something that was turning over into like a violent situation where like rocks were being thrown at me, or like if it was becoming dangerous, then I'd probably just move. But if it's harmless, like,
The way I look at it is what I was saying with the demons. If there's a true demonic possession of
a person.
a person, property, that's one thing. But for the most part, I feel as though people who pass on really pass on with their true traits.
Yeah.
If they were a dickhead in life, they're going to be a dickhead in death. If they were a nice person, they're going to be, they probably just want to communicate and think, where the hell am I? What?
Right.
How come nobody's seeing me? And what is this place? What plane of existence am I on? And when I do EVPs, I try to craft questions where, and it's hard to come up with questions because you're talking into air, knowing that you're not going to get any answers.
until after the fact when you listen to it.
Correct. And I try to craft them where it's easy for them to answer in one or two words, or just a
Like
few
you
words.
don't ask yes or no questions, do you? Or
I do.
is it-
I do.
what
I
is your
ask,
name?
how many spirits are here. What is your name? Like earlier when I was early for this place, you guys if the listening audience doesn't know, this is an old mill building that's, built in the mid 1800s,
Yeah.
I would suppose. So I asked.
One of the rumors is that they used to store the uniforms from the Revolutionary War here. So there is
so is there a basement?
yes, and I've never seen it, but I've heard it's creepy. I mean, that's the take I
I'd
get
love
from
to
whoever's been down
I'd
there.
love to
They're like,
just-
it's the
I'd go
creepiest
down there
basement.
and sit there and ask questions and then leave.
Well, I would wait. There's a drunk guy that is down there all the time. So
Ew.
there's actually a human being that goes down
He
there a
lives
lot.
there?
No, he is somebody that is a contractor, outside contractor,
oh.
and he's a drinker, and he spends a lot of time down there. So,
Really? Must smell like urine.
well, yeah, drunk guys and urine go together like
Peas
Ebony and
carrots.
ivory.
like me and coffee. Yeah,
So-
so I wouldn't go down there, but.
What other EVPs do you get? What did I send you? I even forgot
Oh, yeah.
what I sent you.
All right, hold on.
I'm afraid.
Let's load up some EVPs. Give me a second.
I get scared. I
Hey,
feel
everybody.
like I'm never alone in my house.
It's time to take another sip of our cappuccinos.
I was just
By
getting
the way,
into
I'm
something
empty.
good.
the coffee is provided to you by.
He drank his already.
You're done?
That's because you got here at the crack.
Well,
of
you got to
dawn.
pretend to drink it. Coffee's provided to you by Twigs Cafe, which is located inside the Riverview Cafe and the Mill Yard Technology Park in Nashua. We get our beans locally roasted, AE Roastery in Amherst, New Hampshire, and freshly ground to order. Make latte hearts, tulips, swans, whatever you want.
Bears.
All right, let's take a sip,
does
and
make
then I'll
bears.
pull up some.
Yes, he
I'm going to
does.
pull up some EVPs in about 2 seconds here.
Okay.
Did you hear?
Oh man, this coffee is so good.
God, get over the coffee.
Chris, can
I
you
mean, I know.
tell me about the coffee? How do you like it?
I like it
It's insane.
light and sweet. Just
Really?
like me.
Just like you. I like mine strong and
Just like you men.
strong,
Strong and black.
strong and dark. Kind of like
Oh, yeah,
me
you
and me and Jeffrey Dahmer
Can you say
are
black
definitely
coffee
similar in that
anymore?
fashion.
Can you say that?
What?
Black coffee.
Dude, that is a great song. Have you heard Black Coffee? That song?
No, but can
Black
you
coffee in bed.
politically?
It's a song called Black Coffee, and they sing. It's about coffee, and it's funky. It's I think it originally came out in the '70s. Great song. Anyways, hey, who wants to hear another EVP?
Me.
I am EVP, and I'm an
In the bath, you should go to the bathroom.
I'm an EVP maniac. All right. By the way, have you ever tried an EVP in the men's room where people go pee?
No.
EVPP.
EV. Tony's had way too much coffee.
Hey, you know what's cool?
There's
I'm
something wrong
looking at my
with you.
phone. I'm about to play these, and I'm getting like following notices on Instagram for our podcast. People are
way.
following our podcast as we're
We're
doing
on
this.
Instagram?
Yeah. You follow me on Instagram, or you follow yourself because
Oh, I
you're
do.
you're one of the masters of the podcast.
I just show up. I don't even
All
know
right.
what we're doing.
So let's go to the next one here. You sent me several. Thank you, Sean, by the way, for doing that.
Well, I thank Donna for that, my girlfriend, because she's a whiz when it comes with that.
Donna. Oh, I'm sorry. It sounds
We
better
gotta
if I
have
sing
her
it
on.
high.
We gotta have her on because she's
yeah,
my
next time when you come on,
she-
bring her.
Yeah, she's the right hand
Yeah.
brain,
Yeah.
right side of
Yeah.
my brain.
She goes along
Yeah.
with you on these ghost hunts.
Yes, absolutely.
She's like the organizer. She keeps you like you're
She
good at
keeps
doing the
me-
recordings and stuff, but she keeps you in line. She keeps the information correct.
Yes, and her memory is so insane. So during these stories that I tell, she has such a memory that she'll tell you where, when, what time of day it was, who was there, what they were wearing, what the weather was like, what the barometer was. And she's just insane with her memory, and
So you make a good team, you two, because you're good at like getting like the
Absolutely.
questions and dealing with the actual entities and
Yeah,
and then-
we wouldn't have these EVPs if it wasn't for her because I'm
Thank
totally.
you, Donna.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Donna.
Donna.
Shout out to Donna.
I tried to pull these up on the computer, and our computer had crashed, like I told you earlier when I first came up. So I thought I lost everything, but she was working. She works with computers all day, and then she comes home, and I asked her to pull these up, and she did that, and was able to email them to me, which in turn I emailed them to you. And without her, we wouldn't be listening to these right now. So
wow. So
thank you, Donna.
gracias.
Grassy ass.
All right, so let's go. This next one, I'll just tell you the title of it because
All right. Do you want me to give you the story when you tell me the title? Sure.
no. What I'll do is I'll say the title and then we'll listen to it.
Yeah, but we can't hear it if we don't have our headphones on.
Yeah, it's coming through the phone.
I know. How am I going to hear it right? Oh,
Right,
yeah. that's
use
true.
your ears. That's how you hear, Chris. You ready?
I hear with my eyes.
All right. This one is
My eyes are
titled.
telling you to go F yourself. Did you hear that?
This one's titled. What is this entitled? Hold on.
I'm listening.
This one's entitled "Creepy Basement." Ready?
Oh, that could be mine.
This is one.
Oh, I went too fast. All right. This one's entitled "Creepy Basement" in 3, 2, 1.
This is one old basement. Man, it's creepy down here.
Was that the ghost voice at the end there?
At
That
the
was
ve-
crystal clear.
This was at the same location, and it was the guy Jesse and I. We were in his basement, and again, it was a funeral home. And I was looking around, and I said, "Man, this is one creepy basement." And then you hear a whispery voice, and then you hear Jesse, and you can tell the difference between an EVP and a regular voice. There's just a different cadence with the EVP.
Is
It's like
it
grainy.
Yeah,
like-
breathy too, right?
A breathy, grainy, And I think it's saying, yeah, yeah.
All right,
When I say it's one creepy basement.
Let's
yeah,
hear it
yeah.
again. Ready? I want to hear that.
This is one old basement. Man, it's creepy down here.
I think it said get out.
No, I think he said,
I think I
yeah,
watched
yeah,
too many
I know,
movies.
or something like that. But that last voice was your buddy's voice,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
See, I originally thought that was the ghost, and I'm like, oh my God, that's the best
That's the
like
best
evidence
ghost
I've ever
ever.
heard.
That's a radio ghost.
A radio ghost. He's got a good radio voice.
Yeah, no shit.
Man.
There was, you were saying get out, but when I did Fisher College, I was invited to.
You were a slut, is what you're saying?
Yes,
You did
I
the
was
whole
a college slut, and I was just very
They
popular
asked me
for
to do
some
it. They
reason.
asked me to come back for graduation.
So what happened after you did the whole college? Go ahead.
One of the EVPs that I caught at the college. Now this is I get invited by Jack Kenna and his group Spirits in New England.
I've heard that name.
Jack Kenna is on I forget what network, Travel Channel,
Yeah.
and he's usually
You're
a
chumming
guest.
around with some famous people, guy. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he does the show A Haunting.
Yeah,
And,
I've definitely seen some of that.
So he invited us to guest speak at Fisher College and do an investigation with him. And one of the EVPs that I captured was, I couldn't make it out for the longest time. And here I go again. There's Donna saying, I think it's saying this, and I think she makes total sense with it. But it's pretty fantastic, EVP.
All right, Sean, I'm going to take your picture, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
You handsome shit.
Yes.
Wow, did you guys need a moment?
Do I have anything in my teeth? So that creepy basement.
Yeah.
Back to that one. Again, we don't hear it while I'm recording, and I think it's just a guy saying, "Yeah, yeah." And when I was talking earlier about matrixing with things that you see. For example, the clouds, I see an elephant or whatever. But sometimes when you're listening back, you do put things in your ears that, what do you think they are saying?
Right.
And, oh yeah, I hear that. See, at the beginning, you guys didn't know what that first EVP was.
Right.
Until I told you, and then your ears heard it once I explained it to you. But, when you're going over these EVPs at home on the computer and in a WAV file, you're listening, there's no distractions, your eyes are closed, there's no outside noise, and you have the headphones on, and you listen over and over and over. And if I don't know what it's saying, then I just don't comment. I just...
Do you have a lot of recordings that you just can't decipher?
Yes.
And they're just like mumbly?
Yeah,
and-
we know there's a voice there. Or you hear the whispery voice,
Yeah.
breathy, but you really can't make it out. And if you were to just guess,
Don't.
you just guess.
You're gonna do something breathy, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
See, you started
So,
leaning in.
Sean, you showed me a machine that you have that translates EVPs that, like
Translates?
he showed me something where like you record and then it has like a digital
Readout. That-
menu on it and it just prints out the word that they're
Yeah.
saying.
Shut up.
I know, it's like Ghostbusters shit.
No, it's-
Yeah, go grab
get
it.
Your
You got to check
Ghostbusters
this out.
Equipment.
I'm going to take a picture of it too for the Instagram, by the way. Yaptown Podcast at Yaptown
you gonna take my
Podcast on
picture? Hold on.
Instagram. If anyone is listening, if there's 3 or more people listening, get over there.
Get over there.
Mr. Robato.
This is one of the things that you see on, the shows. This is Novelist.
It kind of
3.
looks like that thing that you duct tape on the front of Darth Vader there, that little chest
Yes,
piece.
it is. I did go to a Comic-Con, and I saw Darth Vader there, and I ripped it off his chest and ran out before security got
Kris,
me.
could you grab a picture of that, of what Sean's holding for the Instagram?
Oh, I have it on selfie.
Yeah, take it off selfie.
Take it off.
So I'm going to describe it. It looks like a cell phone from like 1997. It has on the front of it, it's talking to
Oh, I
me.
think it hurt something.
Are you recording me?
No, I'm not recording
It's
you.
got
What-
like
What was that?
4 lights on the front of it. What do the lights mean? On
Look
the
at what it just said.
What? It said demon.
Demon. Oh, you were recording?
This
And-
is on right now. So whatever comes through, it picks it up.
I have to go.
I know.
You need to go.
Apparently I'm a
Please
demon.
tell me this is a joke and that's a toy.
Yeah.
Because so he just recorded while we were talking about it, and it
word
says
demon
demon.
popped
Like
up.
somebody is saying demon that we can't hear
is
with
there
our
a short
ears.
in
But
that thing?
No.
what's it called, Sean?
It's an Ovilus 3, and
Is it German?
is it German? Well, the word that just popped up is glance. Now, this just takes in atmospheric energy,
Yeah.
and it translates it into a database inside this machine. It's got well over 2,000 words that it can choose from, and so it's easy for a spirit to see. It just said something again. Compound, whatever that means. Maybe you're compounding coffee beans into your own brew.
Yeah. I'm thinking this is probably a dead science teacher. Like these are all words that you would hear in school.
Like a compound word.
Yeah.
And it was a demon of a teacher.
Or English.
Always
Teacher
failed
was
you.
a demon. Although Tony liked her.
I liked.
He
If
likes
it's a female
teachers.
teacher or older than 50, I'm all about that. Okay, say something now. I'm listening.
So it just.
So it's picking up energy out of the atmosphere, and it has a database to use to
So why
put
did it
words
say
together.
demon?
Is it trying to scare us?
Your guess is as good as
Sean,
mine.
what do the lights on the front of it mean? There's like flashing lights.
There's a green light, a yellow light, and a.
That
red
means
light and a green.
go, slow down, and stop.
Isn't it go? And yellow means go faster and then
Yes,
stop.
go faster.
So if I were to ask, like, let's just try this. Okay.
I
Everybody
don't
be
think you're
quiet.
asking it. It's picking up stuff in the air, not
Yeah,
what you're
well-
saying.
But it might
to
answer me through that machine, right?
Yes.
Oh.
You can ask.
Is there
questions.
somebody there?
Think of it as an electronic Ouija board.
I hate.
Oh my god!
I
should
heard
have
something
brought
over
the
there.
Ouija
Did you
board.
hear that thing over? Did you hear that noise over there?
I did.
That was the vent. Was that the vent?
Or was it a bug? What did it say?
Store. Is there a store down that hallway?
I'm the only store in
We
here.
sell things.
We sell things. We're a store.
I am a store.
Would you like to buy something? Did you used to work here?
Did Donald Trump win the election? Okay, all right. Does
This is freaking me out
Yeah.
a little bit.
Does
My
Sean-
palms are sweaty.
Sean do things to you when we're not around?
Do you feel it?
All right, nothing's happening. That's
Nothing's
even creepier.
happening.
That nothing's happening.
We scared it.
So
Not like
again, that
thing.
machine is creepy. And,
I don't think I
Sean,
want
what
that
was that
machine.
other machine you just turned out there? The EM pump. Is that for you? Is that your personal thing?
Yes, this is my EM pump that
Yeah.
The
EM pump?
erectile.
I go through batteries like crazy.
It gives you a virtual penis, so you can make contact with the other side with your virtual penis.
I don't know what to say.
Don't
Did I mention
say
I have?
anything.
It's an
better
adapter.
If you just don't go. Just
Yeah.
Walk away.
Does that go with your dictation machine?
Yes. Did I mention I got to go grocery shopping? All right, guys. Thanks for stopping by.
Wow.
An EM pump just gives the spirits on the other side the energy to produce for you, such as voices and movement, possibly sounds.
How
We
do-
have to go in the
Yeah,
basement.
and in the next segment, I'm going to discuss the history of these machines. Like, how do they come up with it? Like for instance, that EM pump. Like, how do you know that? Like, who wires it together and they know that this is going to produce like what you just said? Like, that to me is like there's a huge gap. Like, my brain just doesn't understand that.
Yeah, well, just like my brain's. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. Bill Chappell.
Yeah.
You see him a lot on Ghost Adventures. He makes a lot of this equipment
Oh,
that I have.
does he have a website?
I'm sure he does.
Oh, yeah, I'm
sure if you just do
yeah, you can
BillChappell.com.
just search it. Yeah, search him.
Man,
And don't ask me about the electronics because I'm an electronic
Oh, yeah, that's where we
I-
get it. Donna would be able to answer
Donna,
that one.
Yeah, Donna knows better. She's my brain when it comes to electronics.
Let me let's take another coffee break and let's pull up some more EVPs. I got a couple more
I have
to
to
go
go
through, and Chris has got to
Clean
go
up my pants 'cause
EVP in
I
the
always
ladies'
shit
room.
them.
Yeah.
Does anybody have to go to do some EVPing in the men's or ladies' room while we
Well,
take a break?
I don't think really we need to all know that. I mean,
No,
Just remember to front to back,
okay.
Chris.
all
Front to
right,
back.
Okay.
front to back.
Demon.
Okay.
Demon.
Cheers. We'll be.
All right.
Are we recording?
Yes, we're back to recording.
Back to
We just
recording.
refilled on our coffees for the second time.
Wow.
2 cappuccinos in less than an hour. I call that a good day.
I think that calls for some plumbing issues.
Oh, I could, you know me, like I could go all day without peeing and pooping
Okay.
That's awesome.
with coffee.
That is
like,
a talent.
Yeah. Jealous?
No, not me.
Yes.
Women pee once an hour, every hour.
I don't.
I said women.
Oh, what am I?
Oh
I'm a
no.
demon. Apparently, I'm a
You're
demon.
a mean,
I like
mean man.
your Nike sweatshirt. I just noticed that. That's
Thanks.
pretty fly.
I'm pretty fly for a white girl.
Sean, what are you wearing? Let's read Sean's T-shirt. It says, "That's a horrible idea," and it says, "What time?" with a question mark. I still don't know what that means.
He likes horrible ideas.
Oh,
That thing just is perverted.
yes. Sean, one question I have for you. You showed us a picture of a child with a ghost behind it,
Yes.
and the ghost is wearing like it looks like an old dress from like the 1800s or earlier or
Yes.
whatever.
And if you notice, there was no feet. There was no legs.
That's
It was floating.
freaking crazy. But my question is, how, like when you see a ghost, I would always think, why aren't they in their birthday suit? Like, how do clothes like come to the other side too? It's like the image of clothes. That's always a weird thing. I always,
Why does the kid in the photo have a mask on? Is this during quarantine?
No, this wasn't. This was sent to me by a friend that
In the
we mutually know.
hospital.
Yes, we mutually know this person. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't have permission. But she sent me. If you look, that's a old phone. She took a picture from her old flip phone, and she was with her nephew in the hospital, and she took a picture of her nephew with the mask on, and she captured a woman or a young girl in the background, and she sent that to me wondering what I thought of it.
yeah,
And
creepy. Oh,
it is creepy.
what did the robot voice come? Just went off.
We'll
What does it
just call
say?
that thing Simon.
It says laugh. Everybody just laugh.
So yeah, I'm glad
Yeah.
what demon is listening to us is digging it. Again, what my question was, when you see a picture of a ghost and they're wearing clothes from their eras, I'm confused. Like the human, I can understand would pass over, and the essence of the human would be around, but they're also what they're wearing. It's kind of a confusing thing. Like, how is
Well,
that
okay.
possible?
So you want my thought on that?
Yeah,
my
your
thought.
opinion.
My thought is just like when somebody crosses over, you want them to, you want to appear the way they want you to see them at their best. Just like if your grandmother were to die, she might come across in spirit form as a 40-year-old, somebody younger,
Yep.
when she was at her best. Maybe that little girl in the photo was wearing her best dress that she owned. Who knows?
Yeah.
You're making my armpits sweat.
Well, that was random.
Sorry.
I'm making your armpits
sorry.
sweat.
Do you want some tissues?
Nope. I have my wicking on.
Sean, do you
underneath.
want some tissues? You look like you need some.
I'm leaking. I'm weeping. Yeah, so
Spirits
Yes, isn't that? I mean, the answer I think is just nobody really knows. I think it's such an interesting thing, though, that it's something that I don't think we'll ever understand unless we die someday and we're actually going through it. And I think that's the only time, to me, it just seems like magical or just like superpower kind of stuff that we can't understand. Oh, that was your phone.
that was my
The
phone.
ghosts are texting
That's the
us.
wife. What is the wife saying? Oh. We can't repeat that.
Oh my goodness, she said.
Yes. Can you please bring home booze and cigarettes?
Well, I told her she should pop by, but she wrote that she's cleaning the house.
Oh, then you should stay out as long
Wow.
as
I
possible.
should stay out as long as possible.
My God.
I
Thank
would
you, honey.
never, ever text that to Matt. And if I did, he'd be like, yeah, right.
That's what I text my wife. I'm home cleaning the house, getting dinner ready, and the kids wiping their noses. So when you come home, you can have a nice, fresh home.
Yes.
Aw.
There's nothing like coming home to a warm house and the
Yeah.
lights on.
Dinner waiting,
Dinner.
lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah. An HGTV ready to go on the TV. It's already on the channel. So
You
they
know-
can
Is that
sit
your
down.
favorite?
No, it's my wife's.
Oh,
So
okay.
You know when you take a vacation and you know it's a good vacation when you need to. The only time you need to run out is to go get more batteries for your remote. for your
Yes,
TV.
that is a good vacation.
That's a good vacation. But as far as these ghosts that come across in period correct clothing, sometimes it's like a tape.
sorry.
Tony, what are you doing? You're ruining the interview.
I'm queuing up the next
I
one.
am
just
going home.
Killed your segment. I
He's-
apologize.
That's
All
all
right,
right.
continue.
Just keep talking.
He said my
Pay no
segment.
mind.
You said you were talking about periods? Go ahead.
That's my segment.
Oh. We talk about that once a month here.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
He always knows.
Sometimes twice.
He always knows by the look on my face. Oh, shit.
Oh shit, I'm doomed.
Do the face.
We're not doing a public
Do the face,
podcast
Chris.
this week.
Chris does the face. No,
No.
she can't do it unless she's actually going through it.
I can't.
You know, like
What
she'll
was that
sit there.
quiver? You just
She'll-
quivered.
Her eyes look like this, like they're angry, but then she has a smile at the same time, and that's when you know, just, don't piss her off.
And make her coffee.
You have to do what she says. That's what I teach my boys.
Can we get into another EVP? It's been a whole 10 minutes since we've heard one. I got to hear another one.
Okay.
All right, so
What do
this
you got?
one's titled "Oh Wow." Oh wow.
Okay.
That's
Do
what
you-
she said.
Do you want to hear it first, or do you want me to give
I
you
want
a
to hear it
little
first. I want to hear it
Okay.
first. What is it? Oh,
Oh,
the
dear.
machine just went off again.
It says entire.
Entire.
The entire conversation is going downhill unless you play
Okay,
another
here we
EVP.
go. All right, EVP in 3, 2, 1. Spaghetti.
Here, it happens, opening and shutting.
All right, I'm going to play it again.
Here, it happens, opening and shutting.
So the first voice was
You
you?
think he said, "Oh wow"?
Yes.
And I didn't just get that from
Oh, wait,
the title.
that's the
of
title.
that.
Yeah, I just realized that. I guess that's why I failed high school.
I just got a chill. Is it cold?
So the first voice was you, and then there was kind of a whispery. Oh, what other machine's going off here, Sean?
Sean, what is that?
Sean
'Cause
has a
I'm
bunch
cold.
of devices on the table, by the way, and the lights
Am I-
indicate that
can-
there's stuff
Am I
happening.
still able to have children after I'm exposed to all these machines?
No.
no.
Come get me.
But he's
So,
got 3 devices here while we're talking about EVPs, and they're all lighting up and acting crazy. But Sean, about that E EVP.
The EVP. We went to a client's house, and he was telling us about what was going on with the house, what he was experiencing. And again, I like to leave the tape recorder going and record even when we're just setting up. And you can hear the story of him explaining that the cabinets keep opening and shutting. And slightly, you can hear me offering some beef jerky to one of my friends that was there. So you hear jerky, because I was handing him the bag of beef jerky.
So they can read.
They can read.
What
but
the-
while the guy was telling us about the cabinets opening and shutting, you hear a female whispery voice again saying, "Oh, wow." Like
Yeah.
she was interested in listening to his story. Like, "Oh, wow. It's
Or
a
she
cool
like beef
story."
jerky.
Yes.
Wow, you have that?
I
Yeah, I
never
know.
thought of that, Chris.
Was it what kind of beef jerky was it?
It was hickory smoke.
Wow. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Ooh, I love smoked beef jerky and the
Okay,
afterlife.
okay. Focus on the EVP.
So that was that one. The oh wow. I don't think you have too many left anyway.
No, I know, but tell us why those machines keep going, changing
Yeah,
colors.
all the machines are
in
going
front
nuts
of
while we're
us,
talking.
Because
Well,
that's kind of freaky. They're detecting something.
Yes, they are. But we do have a lot of electronic equipment here, so I don't put too much
okay.
thought into it because
They could be just picking up like the computer or the cell
a phone,
phones.
How
the cell
sensitive
phones.
are they?
So sensitive. You just can't touch underneath it because that's the most sensitive part of.
Underneath it.
Why do you want to touch underneath? Do you have to hold it in your hand?
Sean, can you grow a ponytail and talk about your sensitive devices?
Well, I just want to know what it can pick up.
Dead
Oh my
silence.
God.
Nobody
Apparently
knows.
somebody
silence.
Chris
anything.
asked the question and
Wow.
we don't know how to answer it. Let's
Okay.
talk about this.
It is
Moving
very.
on.
It is very sensitive.
It is
that if
sensitive.
you get text messages or phone calls, if you
Oh.
make a phone call, that'll go off. That's why it's so important when you do an investigation. One of the things you do is you shut off all electronic devices. You try not to wear jingling jewelry or anything. You're not going to wear your 80s parachute pants because when
Swish
you walk,
swash, yeah.
you know,
No
don't
Velcro.
wear
All the zippers.
Yeah, no corduroy.
No corduroy, no Velcro.
Whoop,
Yeah.
whoop, whoop.
Make sure your hair is all conditioned, so it's not like sometimes
Don't wear
when Chris
bells on your nipple rings.
when Chris shows up and her hair hasn't been conditioned, and literally she just walks in a room, it's like,
Yeah, the static electricity with sparks coming out.
yeah. Sean, this last one you sent me here is called Sean Trying. Can we talk about this?
Well,
Sean
this one was
Trying.
at an elderly cousin's house that lived locally, and she was in her late 80s when she passed, and she passed in the house. So my family went over there, and they know what I do, so they asked if I could do a little investigation over there. And you hear some shuffling around because, again, I set up the recorder while we're setting up. And
Yeah.
you can hear chairs on linoleum, those old wooden chairs on linoleum. So that's what the background noise is. And I can't really tell what this says completely, but I do hear Sean. And what was the other word on that one?
Trying.
Trying, yeah. The word trying I kind of figured out.
You
But
heard the word Sean?
yeah, right at the beginning, the whispery voice says Sean.
So it's obviously
Mother
somebody you know.
Teresa.
Here we go. Oh yeah, I heard that. One more time.
Sean trying to something, and I can't make it
Sean
out.
trying to repeat? Or wait. Here we go, one more time. Sean trying a threesome.
Ye-
That's what it was.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Oh, see,
apparently
there's
they
the-
like
there's
you
the
to
other-
talk like that. What does it say?
How appropriate. It says
Oh.
compete.
Oh,
They're competing.
yeah, in the threesome.
For Sean.
the
Yeah,
threesome.
they're competing for Sean.
That thing freaks
Highly
me
like.
out.
Well, you wouldn't want that if it's a relative.
Oh no,
No.
That's just.
But Sean,
Yeah.
That's another show.
And if I can come across some more EVPs in my dead computer,
of all the ones you sent me, like how many years have you? Is this all from like a month, 2 months, a year, 2 years?
this was. Let's see. We started really doing it probably about 10 years ago. So.
Do you ever go out and not get anything, or is it you always kind of get stuff, whether it's mumbled or stuff you understand?
For the most part, I would say it's about a 60-40 split, where 60% of the time I get something. One of the interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, one of the interesting EVPs that we caught, and I still have it in my recorder, and I haven't downloaded it into the computer to email it to you, but I've been hearing a lot about Vale and Cemetery in Wilton, and I didn't do any investigating on the history of the cemetery. I just kept hearing folklore of a lady in a blue dress. And
That was me.
That was you.
A blue
Perfect.
dress.
Were you hanging around Bill Clinton at the time?
She was, yeah. She brought a box of
Call me
cigars with her.
Monica.
So we hear about this woman in a blue dress, and the folklore goes that she was hanging over the gravestone of her husband, and her husband's lover, because he was buried, then the mistress was buried on top of him, and then she was laid on top of the mistress, if my memory steers me correctly. But
That's one decrepit sandwich.
Yeah.
That's
So,
that's a different kind of threesome.
so anybody out there listening can investigate that online and check out the story of
Were they nuts to butts or butts to nuts?
69 to 69.
That's what year they died?
Oh, that'd be creepy if they 69 was the year they died and
No, much earlier.
and they were buried in that fashion. You know that. Say, let me ask you something. Not to,
Yes.
I'm jumping around all over the
Yeah,
place.
all over the
Have you
place.
ever gone to Gilson Road Cemetery in Nashua here?
I have years ago.
Is that Blood Cemetery?
No, that's a
it's-
different one. That's by Maine Dunstable School.
Oh, yeah.
That one was, first of all, there's no place to park without, causing too much attention. And you park there at night, the cops will come.
The
stomp
neighbors
all
call the
over you.
cops.
Yeah, the neighbors.
I've been there with a friend of mine doing
Do we used to party in that
and
cemetery?
what do you call those? The video cameras, the night vision and stuff like that.
Yes.
We went out there with night cameras and stuff, and that was like my ghost hunt with a friend of mine who's into it.
Yeah.
And I got more afraid of like the neighbors than I did of like finding ghosts. Like the neighbors, as soon as we pulled in, this was like 10 o'clock at night, we started seeing lights go on around houses like half a mile away, whatever, houses in the neighborhood. And I was more afraid of getting in trouble than the actual.
Seeing
And it was
something?
raining. It was cold. It was like October, and I mean, I was
Perfect
getting
time to go
I was getting
hunting.
creeped out. I was so creeped out. And
Yeah.
my friend's like, "We got to do this," and he took video. Didn't see anything on the video, but he took pictures. But in the pictures, he's like, "Look, there's orbs." But I'm like, "You had a flash, and it was raining." You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I think it was very. We didn't have anything definite, and he was trying to get pictures. We never did EVP though. So I might give my friend a call. His name's Jack. He's an old friend of mine, and see if maybe we can do some EVP stuff at some point. And I'd like to do some EVP with you, Sean. I mean, you have like, I've never seen anybody with this kind of gear. You have like top-notch, like ghost hunting ready gear. Let's
Ready to go.
Do you
Like,
have
you're
a
ready to
Ouija
go.
board?
Oh, I do
This
have a
thing's like
story about it.
You said that was like a Ouija board, right?
Yes.
Oh, but we need
You
I
ask
should have
it
brought
questions.
The Ouija board.
No,
I
I'm
like
not
that
touching
better.
a Ouija board.
Yeah,
I
I know
had an
it-
experience with a Ouija board as a teenager. Never
Chlamydia?
touched one.
Was it chlamydia you got from the Ouija board?
Chlamydia, and it was syphilis.
The gift that
Yeah.
keeps on giving.
Yes.
It's like luggage.
Did you hear that
Yes, I
bang?
heard a big
I heard a
bang.
bang, and that was on the floor.
That was thunder.
No, was that you?
No,
We're the only
Stop.
ones here, Sean.
I
It's
did hear a
Jose.
bang.
Yeah, I heard it like
it was thunder. It's raining.
these are wood floors, and I heard like what sounded like something hitting the floor, right over there.
Okay, so
The-
what's
the-
your
the-
Ouija board?
Oh, well.
Problem.
Oh, geez. When I was a teenager, we were playing with the Ouija board in the basement, and if anybody knows what the. Oh, geez, here we go. What's this? Fly. Yeah, I'm going to be flying out of here. No,
Jesus.
the.
Your flies down.
The Ouija board, the planchette, has little felt feet on it, and we felt the planchette just really mash down on those felt pads, and it was really putting pressure down, and our fingers were just touching the planchette, and it was pushing down so hard that the planchette was stuttering on the board, and it started to slowly spell out, "This is SATA," and I took my hands off and I said, "Yeah," and I said, "Nope, I'm done. See you later," and never saw the board again. I got rid of it.
What did it say?
It said Jim. My ovilus said Jim.
Jim. Slim Jims. Beef jerky, Slim Jims. Come on.
There's
Right.
a very good connection.
I'm
right
waiting
there,
for
Tony.
like. Let me know when it says pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs.
Pickled eggs.
I
Sean,
don't know what to say.
what are some of the most haunted places in like Nashua? There's a few places. The Country Tavern. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I've gone out to eat there, and see,
They said something in the bar. There's something in the bar that always happens. Glasses falling.
yeah. What was the folklore with that place? What, a woman was waiting for her semen to come in from the Kris.
Yeah, from the
I never
dictation-
seen your eyes go so big.
From her husband.
From the dictation machine.
yeah.
Her husband was a captain or a sailor, and she was waiting for him to come back, and he never came back. He got lost at sea or something to that
Yeah.
effect. I don't
And
know.
the modern version is he was a chef at the Legal Seafoods. That's the
That's where he
modern
went
version
when
of
he
the
came
story.
back. He started
Yeah,
cooking.
he was working late and smelled like cigarettes. Yeah. Can I tell you a quick one?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
When I was a kid, I don't know if it's a ghost story or just a creepy story. And Sudberries,
Sunrise?
Cadbury eggs.
Sunrise.
When I was a kid,
So
I had a dog.
communicating.
She was a little
We just gotta
shelty.
chill again.
My dog was a little shelty, a little ankle biter. She was very old. And one day I was coming home from school, and I got off the bus, and we had the only Sheltie. Shelties are a very original looking dog. It's like a small Lassie. You know Lassie, the
Oh,
dog?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a small version of that, a miniature
I'm familiar
one.
what it looks like.
She was black and gray. She was very old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You told this
I told you
story.
that. And I got off the bus, and the dog. I'm like, oh, I never see my dog at the bus stop because it was down the street from my house. So I'm like, you must have got out, and it's a weird time of day. So I went over to pet her, and it nipped me on the leg, and then ran off. I was like, what the? The dog never bit me ever. So I get home. And I was telling my dad was home, and I was like, "You're not gonna believe this. Cindy just bit me. Where is she?" He's like, "That's stop making stuff up." I'm like, "I'm not making it up. She just bit me." And they put the dog down while we were at school that day.
Oh my
And
God.
he was home. He's never home either. My dad works at Digital.
Does
and
any of the neighbors have a Sheltie?
no. So he said we put Cindy down today, and my parents came home to tell us, when we got home from school and stuff like that.
Cindy's
And I was
pissed.
like, it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, I didn't even really tell my parents. I know, I just kind of like, okay, maybe it was another dog, but it creeped me out because there's no other dog. I would know my dog. Like, this is a Sheltie. It's a rare dog in that neighborhood, and I just knew it was my dog. And so it just creeps me out. Like, I tell that story. I don't tell it too often, because it's kind of like, I don't like to be that guy, like, where people make fun of you and stuff like that. And I just kind of like over the years just kind of suppressed it and said, it was probably, I just made a mistake. I was young. I was 11, 12 years old. So, but it was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced. And if you want to consider that a ghost but I had a physical like bite on my arm, on my leg, like it punctured the skin. And she was put down for biting. My dad had to put her down because she bit a couple of neighbors. She was wandering off. She was getting senile.
She was biting you goodbye.
But so
Your last nip.
it's just the weirdest thing that ever happened to me, and I don't know if that's a ghost or a coincidence.
Now, did you go into investigating neighbors? Have you been on the lookout for?
No, I didn't investigate because I
particular
knew it was
dog?
my dog. Like,
You knew it was.
yeah, my dog was Maddie. It had mats. She had long hair with mats, usually around the hind legs, and there was no other dogs like that in my. I mean, there wasn't a ton of
Really?
dogs in my neighborhood, anyways. But
And it was as solid could be.
it was a real
wasn't
dog. It was a
translucent.
dog. No, it wasn't foggy, blurry like Bigfoot. It was like.
Did anybody else see it? They were
I
getting
see.
off the
They
bus?
probably just. I got off the bus with 3 or 4 other kids, but I never.
I think we need to call them.
You know what?
I can't remember who they were.
You know what would be fantastic if that happened now these days, because most people have Ring doorbell. Can I see
I
the
know.
footage on your
Yeah,
camera?
or Google Maps. You can Google Maps is recording you, or something, a satellite. But
a
yeah,
lot of people have home surveillance.
This is 1987, I think. I was 12, 86 or 87. I was either 11 or 12 years old. But that is the creepiest thing that's ever happened to me, ever.
Wow.
There's no explanation for
Nobody
that.
can explain that to me right now.
No. When I retire, I swear I'm going to go to Gettysburg. I'm going to have to see activity down there.
Yeah, or in, like.
Oh yeah.
Where's
where
that,
the Civil
Pennsylvania?
War- Yeah, so where the Civil War
Isn't
took
there
place.
Isn't there like trails too in Lexington, Mass, and throughout
Yes.
like down
The
by the Air
Redcoats
Force
are coming.
Base?
Paul Revere.
Yeah.
The Red
Lexington and
The Boston
Concord.
Tea Party.
Yep.
Yeah, I drive by where the Boston Tea Party actually
What about
happened.
the Amityville home in New York? You ever
No.
go there?
Dude, my mother told me that one of my relatives back in the day, be it a great uncle or whatever, was the judge on the actual Amityville horror case.
Wow.
Now, did I investigate that? No, because I just
Everybody
shunned
has
it
done
off
it.
as like, yeah, right.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody is. Even Lorraine and Ed have gone to that home, and isn't that what The Conjuring is based on? One of them is based on the
No, no,
Amityville
no.
home,
No, not
or is
that.
it the one in Britain?
No, it's not the one in Britain. Where is the?
The Enfield ghost story. There's one called that's the second Conjuring.
Yeah.
There's a second
In
Conjuring.
Connecticut.
It's the second one's based on the Enfield, England case of a family being, they have like
The
pictures
Conjuring's based on a true story.
based on
Yes.
real events. Yeah.
Loosely captured.
In a Hollywood way, they add special things. Probably didn't really happen, but
Yeah.
Right.
it's based on actual investigations and.
Yeah, and it didn't
Stories.
happen in 2 hours like the movie.
Have you ever heard of the Smurls?
The Smurls?
There's a ghost.
The Smurfs, but-
There's a case where a family was totally, they were tortured by an entity in their house.
Oh yeah.
It's the
you
one I
me
told you about.
that,
Yeah, the father was like physically raped by.
The father was?
The father was. Well, he would wake up like he can't move in his bed, and this ghost would ride him like this. But it was like pussy, disgusting, old, like
Oh, the
decaying
old
looking
hag
thing.
syndrome.
She'd get right on top, start
I
doing
don't
horsey.
know how he could have had an erection if that was on top of him. But I
Reverse
guess
cowgirl?
guys have.
Yes, but
Doesn't matter.
If
That
he's
just
a
goes
he's
to
a real
show you
man.
It doesn't matter.
In a weird way, he probably still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
The list just said size. So
Oh.
That
yeah.
he's
If si-
talking to Kris.
women say size doesn't matter. If size didn't matter, how come they don't sell 3-inch dildos?
They do.
They do?
Sure.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
called butt plugs, but
Oh.
Go, Sean.
Is that where it goes?
I guess we got to talk about butt plugs now. Size matters to a man. He doesn't like. He doesn't want to like feel like a hot dog being thrown down a hallway. He wants a little bit of. He wants a little bit of right, left, up, down
Friction?
sensation.
Yeah, that
no.
thing's going to tell you
What
off.
does it say
I
now?
hope that you become possessed.
it says amount.
See?
Oh,
The
that's
size,
the finish.
amount.
Yeah, that's the finish part. Hey, you know what?
Wow.
We are way over time here.
Yeah, we are.
So
Sean, thank you
Okay.
for
Sean, you're the
coming
man.
and,
I appreciate you bringing everything. And we're going to take pictures of Sean and all of his gadgets,
All of his
minus the
equipment.
butt plug. And we will post them on our Instagram at Tonebone Tunes. I'm sorry, that's my personal one, but go there.
oh, my.
After you go to at Tonebone
plug.
Tunes and like
Speaking of
everything,
plugs.
Yeah, no
go
kidding.
to
Speaking of plugs.
go to Yaptown Podcast on Instagram at Yaptown Podcast. We're also starting a YouTube channel, and I'll put. Sean, do you have a link or anything like that?
No, I don't.
You're on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram.
Check out Sean. Just look up Sean the butt plug. Sean the butt plug on Instagram.
Wait.
Thanks,
but,
man.
Wait, one of these shows we're actually going to go live video.
I know,
So
we
you'll
are gonna
get
do
to
a live
actually
stream.
not only listen, but you'll actually get to see
Yeah.
us.
We had
so
plans to
I'll
do a
make
live
sure
stream
that
someday.
we're awake and looking
Yes.
our best on that day.
Hey,
I will not be around then, but
No,
hey,
but-
thank you very much for inviting me.
You have any
know,
closing words? Go ahead.
Yeah.
closing words? No, well, I just really appreciate you inviting me.
Yeah.
Kris had been, twisting my arm to come up, and I said, no.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
then I stopped by, and I just love this place. And
Yeah.
if nobody's seen this place, it's a cafe and a.
Would it be
old
possible
mill
the next
building.
time we have you in to see if Donna would come down?
Oh, she'd love to.
Yeah,
We might
we'll
try to do it.
definitely send.
There was something I wanted to try too, to do a podcast mobile. Like we call up and we like Zoom, and then we can do like a
So we do
video
it from
too.
our homes?
Yeah, we can all be at our homes, and then we'll do like a
Three-way?
3 to 5 person way podcast. Not a dirty what you're thinking, Sean.
Yeah, that's virtual.
Did you hear that?
I heard that.
I hope the
That's
mics picked up.
vents again.
No
the
way.
vents.
I've been hearing bangs on the floor over here,
Oh my
So-
God.
and I don't normally.
These things have picked up nothing, so it's nothing.
Yeah, because it's a
'Cause they
different.
know.
It's not an EVP. It's a physical freaking thing. It's about like to pounce on us. We all have to leave together.
Yeah, we
Everybody out.
Everybody hold hands.
Well, yeah. Again, thanks for having me.
Yes.
I
Thank you.
really enjoyed it. It's very cash.
Yes.
The coffee was
Coffee
fantastic.
is always great. Hey, let's plug the coffee. Everybody,
Oh,
AE
plug.
Roastery.
A beanery.
Yeah, if there's any coffee companies that want to send me their coffee and we'll plug you on the podcast, please do. I love trying coffee. That's like this is the center piece of our show.
Yeah.
It's the engine.
That's why I come in for the coffee, not
too.
for the show, for
Yep.
the coffee.
I mean, really, you just opened up the bag of beans, and I just wanted to evacuate right there because it
I
just
know.
was so potent.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
That's why Sean's wearing a diaper.
Yes.
Amen.
Because he's evacuated at least
And on
3
that
times since he's
note-
been here. Hey, cheers,
We're
everybody.
out.
Cheers, everybody. Thanks
Here
for
you go.
listening. Thanks for having me.
Enjoy your
And,
Stay
Saturdays.
safe out there.
All right.
Till next time.
Till next time. Bye.
We're out.
See ya.